Hello guys, Crispy here, welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm gonna be testing a GeForce GTX 1660 Super in Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 2. This one is the HP OEM version of the card. We are running it with the latest Nvidia drivers and I'm not manually overclocking it. You can see all of its specs here in Tech Power Up's GPU Z. As usual, it has 6 gigs of GDDR6 right there. And over on the left, we're pairing it with a Ryzen 7 5700G and 16 gigabytes of RAM. This is DDR4, 3200 MHz in dual channel. CL14. Let's get into it, shall we? Let's go over the settings first. I'm starting at 1080p resolution using the DX12 API because it's more stable than the DX11, it stutters less. And we're using the Epic Settings preset, which in DX12, it actually enables Nanite and Lumen, which is ray tracing. So we're going to play with ray tracing with this 1660 Super, and it's going to be terrible. And we're dropping, guys. Look at that CPU usage. Holy crap, it's because it's loading in everything for the first time with ray tracing, which is very CPU and GPU intensive as well. Once we touch the ground, it should actually smooth out. Somebody actually dropped here with us, so I'm a little bit scared. They didn't go for the chests. Interesting. Maybe they just went away. I don't know. But yeah, this is a horrible experience, obviously. If you want to max out the game with DX12 and the 1660 Super, this is what you can expect. An absolutely terrible frame rate. It's below 30 FPS most of the time, with 1 FPS, 1% low right there. That is, oh my god. Yeah, that is awful. It's much better than the GTX 1650 was here with Epic settings and the ray tracing and Lumen stuff enabled, but well, it's still a GTX card, so it really struggles here. Now, to make it a little bit better, I will use TSR High on Quality, which renders the game at 66% resolution scale. It's kind of like FSR Quality and DLSS Quality, but it's Epic's own upscaler, you know? And now we're actually above 30 frames per second, which is quite impressive for a 1660 Super with these settings that we're utilizing. Lighting looks so great, guys, inside of buildings and stuff. Like, look at this. Wow, the shadows as well. Ray tracing is beautiful, but it comes at a really big cost, of course. You really need to spend a lot of money for it to run well using these settings. And even with my RTX 4080 Super that I tested yesterday, it was struggling. At 1080p resolution, I was seeing massive stutter with that card. Like, it was above 100 FPS on average, but the 1% lows weren't too different from what we're seeing here. So it's just a Nanite and Lumen issue here. Oh, we actually got a kill with ray tracing on a 1660 Super. Look at that. Amazing. But yeah, it still drops into the 20s, as you could see there. It dipped slightly, and it's still terrible. With all of that stuttering and those really low 1% lows, yeah, I wouldn't really play like this, even on a 4080 Super, let alone on 1660 Super, right? Still, I kind of want to try it with Performance, which is like 540p internally, if you're at 1080p with 50% resolution scale. It looks a little bit rough, yes. I can see a lot of issues with the image now. It's really soft, it's noisy, it's blurry as well, but it should be enough for us to get 30 plus FPS all of the time. So if you're going for that ray tracing experience with a 1660 Super, apparently it's possible to make it playable. But I think, like, no one is probably playing like this, right? Oh my gosh, the stuttering. It's stutter night like this, and it's very slow night as well. So with that said and done, I think we should probably move on and play at 1080p Nate. Oh my god, yeah, it stutters way too much. I'll go ahead and disable the upscaling, set it to 100% resolution scale again. This is grayed out, okay? It's not on performance. And I will disable Nanite Virtualized Geometry, which also disables the Lumen stuff right here, which is super demanding, as I told you. Apply that, I'll restart the game, and this is basically the Epic Settings preset if you were using the DX11, but again, the DX12 is a little bit smoother. By the way, I just set all of the settings, but I'm also going to enable reflex here to make the game feel a little bit better, you know, with lower FPS. Oh boy, what? 70 FPS is what we're getting here. I'm just going to go through the settings again. TA 100% resolution scale using Epic settings with no Nanite. What? The 1660 Super is better than I expected, guys. What? No way it's not dropping from 60 FPS. Okay, let's see down there. Okay, I'm still a little bit skeptical, but this is pretty good performance for a 1660 Super. Wow. It's still nowhere close to a competitive experience, obviously, but this feels really good, especially coming from the 30, 40 FPS that we were seeing before. We dropped into the 20s, you know. This is now super playable and really smooth. Look at the 1% lows as well. It's not really too far off of the averages. I'm not really experiencing much stuttering here. And now that we got these wings right here, it should start to drop a little bit, but it kind of isn't. Like, yeah, okay, it dips down into the 50s sometimes. But that's about it. Yeah, 40s right there. Okay, that's a little bit less impressive, but still, for a 1660 Super, I was expecting like 40 to 50 frames per second down there all of the time. Not the FPS that we're seeing here, okay? Like 50-ish, 50 to 55 most of the time while flying, and 60 plus down there. Also, flying around is basically the most intensive thing that you can do in this new Fortnite season. Previously, it would be go inside of a bush, but apparently 1660 Super doesn't really have any issues with bushes here. It's still above 60 FPS. Wow, maybe it's because all of these new titles with UE5, the engine that this runs on as well, they're all broken, super stuttery as well, and they have really low FPS at max settings or close to max settings as well, and they kind of perform like this on like RTX 4060s, for example. Yet Fortnite is actually kind of well optimized. All you need to do is disable the Nanite stuff and the Lumen stuff, and you're all set, even on GTX cards from 5 years ago. Oh yeah, I just remembered, by the way, we still have the option to use some TSR on top of this. It looks way worse, okay, not gonna lie. I've already seen it on the Epic settings. It introduces a lot of noise, even on TSR high set to quality. So TSR high set to quality, same Epic settings. And look at that. It definitely has 60 plus FPS all of the time. Like, whenever I see 80 to 90 FPS most of the time, and especially on average, it means that it can actually get 60 plus 100% of the time. Even if the 1% lows drop slightly sometimes because of a little stutter, you know, it should stay above 60 FPS. And honestly, guys, I am using 42-inch monitor for this, so of course it looks pretty bad at 1080p native, and then when I add the TSR, it looks even worse. That's obvious and expected, but on a native 1080p monitor, I think it will look pretty good, actually. Hello? Hello? Am I hearing shots? Yes, I am. Where from? Oh boy, oh boy. Should I be taking these fights, by the way? Probably not. But we already know what kind of FPS to expect here. It's 60 plus all over the time. No need to drop it down to high settings to have that. It's pretty impressive, once again, guys. There should be somewhere around here on top of this building, maybe? I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of shots. Not anymore. But I don't see anyone. Wait, hello. Oh, hello. There he is. Oh, boy. Okay, okay. I didn't kill him. Who killed him? Oh my god! No! No, 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 no! Oh boy! Come on, come on! Get out! Get out of here, boy! Come on! Okay, it's all good. It's all good. We're good. We're fine. Yes? Oh, they're still after us, I think. Come on! Stop bumping your head on everything! Oh boy! Let's go. Let's go. Ooh, I'm fine. I'm fine. Oh, yes, there's a med kit right there. Oh my goodness! That was terrible. No! No, 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 no. Stop. Come on, mate. Don't do this to me. All right, we're fine. We're fine. Let's go. Okay. Okay. Nice, nice. We got him. We got him. All good. All good. Oh, boy. Is the other one after us? I don't think he is, so we should be fine. Please have shields. No shield. Nope, nope. We should not be fine. God damn it! Oh no, the guy also has some wings. And I'm really low HP with no shields. But I guess I will need to take this, guys, right? Okay, 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 okay. We might. Yeah, never mind. The recoil control is insanely hard to do with this weapon. Okay, now we're down to 1080p resolution, DX12 using 100% resolution scale, and the high settings preset without Nanite virtualized geometry, which comes on by default in DX12 again, but you better turn it off, even with RTX GPUs. because it stutters way too much. Let's go. All right, we're dropping right here in this area again. And let me see the clouds here. It is dropping inside of the clouds, right? No, it's actually going up a little bit. Okay. We have a little bit of a problem now. I don't know if people dropped here because, well, I went to the clouds there for a little bit. But let's start counting our FPS. Here we go. We got a shotgun already. Come on. Come on. Okay, got him. Got him. Oh, boy, that was scary and close, but we got him. And we got a little crown as well. So the guy was like the MVP of the last match, I guess. Maybe. That's what it means, right? He won the last match, probably. But we got him, because we're great, my friends. And the 1660 Super is also great, as you can see. It's getting very good FPS, 90s right now on average. I don't want to do this. Oh, I should have grabbed the freaking wings, actually. I forgot. Oh, hello. No, boy. Okay. Sir, stop it. Thank you very much. Now, the other one probably heard this. Let me just grab this as well. Ooh, and this. Yes, sir. Oh, there's another flying guy over there. Can we actually get him? And now at native 1080p resolution, we don't even drop into the 60s, apparently. Maybe while flying around. I need to kill that bastard, because I want his wings. He's shooting at somebody else. Maybe we should wait this out, right? And see who comes out on top. Oh, no, he killed the other one. Nice. And I got him. Good stuff, my friends. And a couple of wings as well. Amazing. It couldn't have gone better. Oh, yes. All right, let's see. This one has 226, 260. This is the one that we'll go with. And flying around, seems like it drops into the 70s. Again, guys, this is at native 1080p resolution, and I think I would definitely choose these settings to play with the 1660 Super. It just runs really well. It looks basically the same as Epic with no nanite, and you don't have to use TSR. Native resolution is definitely far superior, guys. So from now on, I will stick to native res in this video. I'm hearing more shots in that direction. Where are them bastards? There they are. All right, well, you know what? Can we actually do this like that? Oh, come on. Why? All right. Anyways, we should be able to. Come on. Nice. Good job. Couple of kills right there. Oh, yes. I just stole their kills, basically. And there's another one there. Come on. Damn it. The recoil is just insane. Super hard to control in this game. All right, anyway. Nice! Oh, that was a great kill. Inside of this bush, look at that. Dropping down into the high 70s. Not a problem, guys. This is gonna be amazing on a 1660 Super. Wow. I'm actually thinking that I shouldn't test it on medium settings, because what's the point, right? I thought we'd need to lower it down to... Oh, boy. How is he driving? Oh, he's a friend. Okay, he has a friend. No. Stop. Oh, boy. We're gonna die. No, boy. Damn it. 30-second. Okay. Well, that's okay. That's fine. He had a friend. This is completely unfair. Anyways, guys, there's no point of playing this on medium settings. If you want the good visual fidelity, just use these settings that we just utilized. It works really well. By the way, this says quality there, but it's actually grayed out, and 3D resolution is at 100%. So if you value visual fidelity, go with these settings. If you don't value visual fidelity, and if you want more FPS, just go with low settings instead, and that's what I'm gonna test instead of medium, okay? So let's bump it up to 100% resolution scale. Over here, I will utilize far view distance as well as the high textures, and this is it for low settings. Then I will play on performance mode, and then we might try it at 1440p. Oh my gosh, a lot of people are dropping here with us. That's terrible news. No, I really need to find the wings right away and get out of here. All right, let's fly away. 200 FPS average right now, down into the 120s while flying. Pretty good stuff. It's gonna be buttery smooth on a high refresh rate monitor. No stuttering issues either, which is amazing to see, and not something that you see very often in Stutter Night. Driving around, still not stuttering, which is impressive again, because while driving in this game, it usually stutters quite a bit. I mean, frame time graph is slightly more unstable, but I can't really feel anything bad right now. This is a competitive experience. Look at this. In this city right here, it is getting 170s. That's really, really good. Come on, buddy. There we go. Good stuff. Oh, the recoil control is easy in this one. Nice. That's what happens when El Crespo can control the recoils. Okay, so this was a really good experience here at 1080p resolution. We've seen enough, probably. Let's stop it there and let's bump it up to 1440p native now. Here we have it, 2560 by 1440, using exactly the same settings here. Low with high textures and far view distance. And look at that, it's still a high refresh rate experience, at least sometimes, right? I mean, 100 plus FPS definitely feels really, really smooth. I got no problems with that, even though it's not gonna max out a 144Hz monitor or even a 120Hz monitor since it's dropping into the 90s. It feels way better to get 90 or 100 or 110 FPS on average on a high refresh rate monitor than it does 60 or 80. And you know what? Once again, this maybe surprises me a little bit coming from other games these days, but thinking about it, it makes a lot of sense that the 1660 Super can do a bit of 1440p because when I played with this GPU, well, 1660 Ti, not the Super, a few years ago, I was using it as my main GPU, and I was playing at 1440p resolution, and the games back then did run pretty well at 1440p high or medium settings. My 1660 Ti review, my full Sunday video on it, it actually was made at 1440p mainly. Wait, there's a guy right there. Hello, sir. How's it going? Please don't kill me. Wait. Up. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Thank you very much. Thank you. He didn't even shoot us once. Like, what the heck? Probably a bot, right? Or no. You know what? I should probably stop saying that they're all bots, because I've been told by many of you that some of them that I think are bots, they're not bots, okay? Interestingly, and somehow they actually are bad players. My god, this was definitely not a bad player. But yeah, the other one was probably a Switch player. So that's what, 32nd again. Are you serious? The curse of the 32. So I guess the next step is bump it up to 4K. Here we go, 3840 by 2160 using the same low settings. Let's see if it can get 60 plus. This is still DX12, by the way. Oh, it seems like 4K is a completely different beast, guys. It's dropping into the 40s while dropping, but we are dropping, so that might be why it's dropping as well. See, we're now dropping a little bit more slowly, and it's getting 60s. And down here, now that we're not dropping anymore, it's getting 70s. So it's also not dropping. Great stuff. Let me drink this. There's a guy right there. Hello. Hi. Thank you for the kill, boy. So is this playable at 4K native resolution using DX12? I think it definitely is, guys. It stays above 60 FPS most of the time. And that's pretty incredible from a 1660 Super, especially, again, given that the latest games make this like a 720p GPU, basically. Now, around the water, it actually dips down into like the 50s and high 40s at times, 69 on the averages, by the way. Yep, very nice, indeed. But it is actually playable. As long as the FPS are above 60 on average, it is playable. It's not ideal, of course, and you're gonna have a little bit of struggle sometimes moving your camera around, building up that muscle memory to make flick shots and stuff. But I guess if you have a 4K monitor with a 1660 Super, you probably don't really care about competitive experiences too much, right? So this is definitely right up your alley, I guess. It's gonna be playable and it's gonna be fun still. And I guess if you really want to use these settings with TSR, it might look decent, because DLSS, at least in this game, looks really close to native resolution. TSR high, well, it looks a little bit more pixelated towards the head of the character right now, I can definitely tell. But most of the things in the screen right now are really, really pretty. Although, is it getting lower FPS? Like, it's getting 50. 55 right here, okay? Let's just disable TSR now. Set it to TAA again. And 53, so it's basically the same thing. Oh, hello there. Come on. There we go. Thank you. So it doesn't really make that big of a difference. You might as well just stick to the native resolution. And I will play at 1440p now using DX12 and the high settings without Nanite, because you know, at 1080p it ran pretty well. Maybe at 1440 with a little bit of TSR, it might be super enjoyable still in terms of graphics and smoothness. Oh, look at that, guys. Right around 60 frames per second while dropping from the sky. That's pretty impressive, okay? But it's definitely gonna drop, of course, into the 50s and possibly 40s as well. Still, nothing that a little bit of upscaling won't fix. So I'm still hopeful that this is gonna be a good experience with the 1660 Super. Gonna start counting it right away here. Yeah, down into the 40s now. Ooh, it's getting way more intensive now. So it's not gonna be a great experience really at 60 plus all of the time. Not that I expected it, of course, but it's definitely a playable one still. And impressive for the 1650 Super. I mean, this is high settings preset. Granted, not the preset on DirectX 12, but it's the DX11 preset anyways. And it's actually getting close to 60 FPS on average. Although, while flying around, things just get a little bit wrecked. I guess the effects from the wings are a bit too much for this to handle. And it drops us into the 40s sometimes and mid 40s as well. So, yeah, a little bit inconsistent, but I can deal with that. If you really are all about that visual fidelity, 1440p monitor, you know, and all you want is to stay close-ish to the 60 FPS average, it's gonna get that. It's not terrible, right? Oh boy, there are people there. Hello. Hello. There you are, you best. There you are, I got you. Yeah, there it is. There it is. See, and it's still responsive at the same time because of hello Nvidia Reflex. So I wouldn't really have much of an issue playing like this. It's not what I'd aim for. I'd probably go for high settings at 1080p. It's more adequate, but this is still playable for sure. Hello. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Let's get close to him. There we go. There we go. There we go. And another one. Come on, Terminator. Oh, boy. Of course, the Terminator had to terminate us. But, well, let's see the guy play for a little bit now and see if we can get 60 plus if we adjust the TSR a little bit here. I'm going to use TSR high on quality again. This guy's coming into a fight in just a little bit, and it's getting 70-ish FPS. Not bad. This is definitely a bot, guys. Come on, push the bastard. Maybe, again, maybe it's a Switch player. They always struggle quite a bit. You can do this. I'm with you. Let's go. Good job. Okay. Nice. You know what? If he's playing or she's playing on a Switch, she's the best Switch player that I've ever seen. There we go. Nice. This is a good benchmarker right there. I'm liking this. Also, 62nd place. And it did dip down into the 50s sometimes. So it's not going to be a stable experience here with these settings. Maybe if you lower the TSR quality a little bit, maybe like instead of TSR high, TSR medium or TSR low, it will get 60 plus all of the time, but it will also look quite a bit worse. This is pretty passable still. Even on a 27-inch 1440p monitor, it should look okay with these settings, so not really complaining too much about the visuals here. I can see a little bit of noise and pixelation sometimes, but so far so good. I'm gonna stop it there, guys, and we're gonna play using performance mode next. Here we go. This is it, 1080p performance mode using 100% resolution scale, far view distance, and high textures. And well, I guess if you have like a 240Hz monitor at 1080p, this might be the way to go. Although it stutters quite a bit more than the DX12 did. That's something that I've noticed in pretty much every system that I play with. It's that in DX12 things are actually pretty smooth in terms of 1% lows and stuff, and here in performance mode it gets a bit stuttery. Every single time I test performance mode it gets really low 1% lows, especially if it's CPU bound, and that's often the case with higher end GPUs. And here with the 5700G, we're seeing that it's not really maxing out our 1660 Super, so if you paired something like a 5800X 3D instead, or 7800X 3D, a really high-end CPU, you know, and kind of unrealistic to pair with the 1660 Super, you'd be seeing closer to 99% GPU utilization and like 300-ish FPS, and that would be the maximum that the 1660 Super can output in this game using performance mode. It's just that performance mode is really, really easy to run on the GPU, and you'll likely be CPU bound no matter what CPU you have. So what we're seeing here, since GPU usage is never at 99%, is the CPU's performance. So this is what the 5700G as a CPU can do in Fortnite, and the 1660 Super can do a little bit better than this. Let's go up to 1440p using exactly the same settings here, and let's see if the GPU utilization goes up to 99% sometimes. It doesn't seem like it will. Well, right now it's at 97, so it's much more of a GPU bound scenario than it was before at 1080p. So now we're actually seeing the limits of the 1660 Super, which is what this video is all about. And because we're close to maxing out GPU, the 1% lows are much higher, although right now with like 80% GPU utilization, it started to stutter a little bit more. So I really think that if you lock the FPS here and don't make it a CPU bound scenario all of the time, it is going to be a smooth experience. That's probably what people do for it to be playable using performance mode. I just wish Fortnite actually did something to fix this without needing to lock the FPS and stuff, because it's just weird. But they don't care about stuttering. Maybe the Fortnite developers don't even know what stuttering is. I'm starting to believe that, because how can they not feel this? Or maybe they just don't play their game. That could also be why. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, come on. Oh, I was shooting the robot thingy. And finally, 4K resolution using performance mode right here. Okay, interestingly, it's still stuttering at 4K resolution. Maybe because we're dropping, but it feels more unstable than 1440p. Let's start counting our FPS, grab these weapons. Bit of a stutter there again. I think somebody was around here, maybe? No, maybe it was that just moving there, the little flag, you know? Okay, all good. Where are the people? A lot of them dropped here. Where are they? I don't see anyone. That's weird. Okay, 1% lows are... They were at 44 there, and that's pretty bad since we're getting like 150 FPS average. That indicates stuttering again, guys. It's just a little bit more unstable, but in the case of 4K, I will say this is the better experience, because now we're playing at 4K native resolution. We got all of that 4K sharpness going on, which looks great, of course. Obviously, we lose the grass, the big grass at least, and we also get a lot of stuttering, but at least it's not dropping into like the 50s and 40s, and it's well above like 90 FPS all of the time. Even flying around like this, seeing the map from above, it's not dipping much into the 90s. 1% lows, though, are still bad, and we're getting full GPU utilization as well. And this is the third game that we're playing with performance mode, and it's still stuttering, right? You probably need to play with performance mode for, like, days for it to load in everything and stop stuttering. Or I'm not even sure if it does stop stuttering. I haven't seen it stop stuttering, aside from like in very, very low-end GPUs, like GTX 450 was a pretty smooth experience because it was 100% GPU bound all of the time, but this should also be 100% GPU bound all of the time at 4K. I don't know, guys. I don't know how this game works. Even Epic doesn't know how this game works, so yeah, how can I know? Right? But yeah, apparently at 4K resolution with performance mode, it's quite a decent experience. Some would say it's the perfect experience. If you look at the 1% lows, 69. Can't really complain about that. And if it eventually becomes stutter-free as you play more and load in more and more stuff, it will actually be a really, really enjoyable and good experience. Actually, lastly, I want to lock it to like 120 FPS and see if it improves the frame time graph. Hopefully we're not going to see any major frame time spikes now. Over here, oh, of course, over here it actually drops from 120, so we need to lock it to like, 60 is the next step down, okay. I'm going to lock it to 60. Let's see if it gets a big stutter. It means that locking the FPS doesn't really improve many things. Yeah, and we got those big stutters right now. So even FPS locks won't really save it, as you can clearly see. It's a really weird behavior in this game. Anyway, that's it though. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Love you all. Bye-bye.